U.S. Senate voted this week to confirm Joe Biden's nominee, Rachel Levin, to serve as the Assistant Secretary of Health at the Department of Health and Human Services. The transgender official faced major criticism of the handling of the China virus pandemic. Many blame Levin for the deadly China virus nursing home policy in Pennsylvania, where Levin directed long-term care facilities to admit new patients who were discharged from hospitals that may have been contaminated with the China virus. Pennsylvania Congressman Guy Reschenthaler joining me now to discuss this, Congressman, and many other things. Welcome back. Levin served as Pennsylvania's Secretary of Health when the nursing home disaster in your state was going on. Shouldn't Levin be investigated and held accountable for what's transpired?
Well, Chris, absolutely. And thanks for having me on. As always, I always enjoy it. But let's just go back and remember what Levin did. It wasn't just a bad decision to ignore science and send COVID patients into nursing homes, which by definition house the most vulnerable among us. She also took her own mother out of a nursing home and put her mother into a hotel. So it shows that she has culpability and she had knowledge, knowing that the order to send COVID patients into nursing homes would literally kill people. So it's amazing how our ruling elite always do what's best for them and they ignore what's best for everybody else. But the fact that Levin had all these deaths in nursing homes and then under oath, when she was testifying before the Senate with Susan Collins, either misled or lied about the data of those nursing homes, that should have been explored and that should have been an issue and that should have held up Secretary Levin's confirmation. Because remember, when she was asked about the deaths, there was lack of reporting, there was delays in reporting, and Levin cited the wrong portal for which you get information. Now, again, she may have made a mistake, but shows that she doesn't know what she's doing, or she was intentionally misleading a senator.
She lied or misled Susan Collins, and Susan Collins voted for Levin. Earlier today, Donald Trump's former CDC director
of failing up.
Sure. Earlier today, Donald Trump's former CDC director, Robert Redfield, in an interview with CNN, confirmed what many already knew. The China virus originated in the Wuhan lab. That took him long enough, Congressman, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing. And when Senator Tom Cotton and myself and others were saying at the beginning of this, that this looks like this arose and originated from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which coincidentally was just studying zoonotic-borne diseases from bats that attack your respiratory system. We were the ones that were called conspiracy theorists. And now the scientific community, the so-called experts, are now validating what we have been saying for about a year now. And if you look at this, it's amazing, because to buy the nonsense, the real conspiracy theory that this disease came from a bat, you'd have to believe that a bat infected a human with a very highly contagious disease. That human then traveled to Wuhan without infecting anybody else within that 1,000-mile tract, and then just suddenly the virus appears in the same city that houses the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which is studying biological weapons of mass destruction. I mean, truly, if I were prosecuting this case in court, I think I would get a conviction. But it's amazing how the World Health Organization and our so-called experts have gaslit us this entire time on this virus and the origins.
Right. They will go to great lengths to protect their pals over in China. And speaking of China, they've stepped up their military activities in recent months. Earlier today, 20 Chinese military aircraft entered Taiwanese air defense identification zone, marking, well, what I would consider a serious escalation of tensions in the region. Question: will Joe Biden abandon Taiwan?
It's very likely that he will, and I'm sad to say that, but I am trying to fight this in Congress. I picked up the torch from Congressman Ted Yoho, who is the head of the subcommittee on Asia, on foreign affairs, and I have a bill that would authorize the president to use military force if the Chinese Communist Party invades the Free State of Taiwan. We need to stand with our sister democracies, whether they be Taiwan or Israel. We need to stand up against encroachment from communist states and totalitarian states. If we can't defend Taiwan, I don't know what we can do, because think about it. The Chinese will not be satisfied with Taiwan. What's next? Guam, Hawaii. I mean, this is a problem, and we've got to stand with Taiwan.
Yep, Congressman, I think that even if you gave Mr. Biden the authority, he's doing China's bidding, not the American people's. Thank you, Congressman. Appreciate the time.
Hey, thanks, Chris.